the tip of our fingertips, at the tip of our fingertips, at the tip of our fingers. I think, what's the saying? $100 Startup by Chris Gillibo. I don't know how to pronounce it. But
Hi guys, in this video I will cover some of my money learnings over the last few years, which really I should have learned in my late teens and maybe early 20s. Hi, I'm Fifi, a mum, engineering consultant living in London, and I make videos about saving money, investing and understanding the economy to make better financial decisions. Well, since my eldest was born 2 years ago now, and my youngest daughter, who just turned 1 about a week ago, boy, I have grown up. And as a family, we've got our pensions organised, we've minimised fees, we've set up children's funds for the young adult life, we've hustled to create businesses and side incomes, and also are building towards an emergency fund to become savvier investors. But to what end, right? Well, you can check out my video on some financial independence basics if you fancy more details, and I'll link that somewhere up here or down below if I can. Well, to what end then? So it's really quite simple. Having children changes your perspective a little bit, and for me it means de-risking my finances, which means I'm happier all around, so I'm less stressed and I can provide opportunities to spend time and support my humans where I need to. And also I feel our behaviour stems from our experiences as children, where you might experience money to be tight but not quite understand it, and you learn, for example, not to ask for expensive things, or learn what your parents had to sacrifice to get you, say, that PC you worked on throughout school. And so then it does kind of hit home, and you want to try and mitigate as much as you can and understand that it can be done through better education and preparation. Well, the thing is, and grab a cuppa if you haven't already, my family didn't really teach me about financial management. My teachers in school had no clue, and now in my early 30s, with my own desire to learn and a partner who's broadly on top of it, I'm getting the picture of debt, spending, saving and investing. We all can be better. And when you realize that symbiotic nature of money, and also how valuable time is to make the journey easier, you really do kick yourself for not really starting sooner. So here in this video, I will summarize some of the topics we really need to research as young adults and spend a bit of time, I think, strategizing and optimizing. And knowing these strategies and maybe watching videos on them is one thing, but putting them into practice will be a complete game changer. So the first thing I want to talk about is credit cards. And I've been guilty of this when I joined university, for example, where I was coerced into signing up to a credit card from one of the large high street banks, and they gave you some free Topshop vouchers for signing up. How perfect. Borrow money, and also here's a little freebie to get you on your way to spending. And on top of that, we're also told to spend on credit cards, pay minimum amounts and build your credit score. That is the biggest pile of rubbish out there. It's the biggest lie out there, by the way. And remember the rule of 72. Take the interest rate of your credit card and divide it by 72 to calculate how often the debt multiplies. Then you'll notice how when you make a minimum payment, you hardly make a dent in your balance. So credit cards are designed to keep you in debt for the foreseeable. Having said that, I do use credit cards now, but I never use the credit. So the balance is paid off in full, and I use it for Avios perks and payment protection. Debit, money leaves your account. With credit, money leaves the bank's account. And that's a really important point, because if there are ever any disputes, a credit card company can become your greatest ally in resolving them, as it's their balance sheets that are at stake, not yours. The second thing I want to talk about is budget. Budgets are really underrated, honestly. The majority of people hate them, and it's very naive. I think about how businesses, which are economic enterprises, think about budgets, and they live and die by budget. Businesses are ruthless, right? Anyone out there? We need to generally think about it. We need to consider our own balance sheets as our own personal businesses. So while running my businesses, I have realized money can leave a business as quickly as it comes in, with all those priorities and initiatives, and it needs to be measured. So what I'm trying to say, I suppose, is we need to be the same. We need to think ourselves as our own P&L, our own balance sheet, and thus control those budgets. Also, for all you naysayers out there, budgeting is not looking at your bank accounts and seeing how much money you have. Nuh-uh. That doesn't consider cash flow, forecasts, or plans. Budget involves a bit of planning and discipline, and it'll also protect you from one of the biggest traps we have as we earn more money, and that is lifestyle creep, where our lives fill the amount of money we have. Boy, we know about those. There really are no no excuses not to budget, and I have linked a video to budget in the playlist at the end. But I do want to quickly summarize that you can have it simple, like a ratio approach, but with all the sleek apps out there, some of them are quite sexy, I'm not gonna lie. You can be really money savvy. I use YNAB and I love it to bits. It's not free, but it has paid itself over hundreds of times in the last year. It's been a game changer. But the key is start simple with the app. The level of customization often I find means that you can make the budget really specific to you. But it doesn't have to be more complicated than we need, right? So start simple, add categories, add priorities, and as you become more accustomed to it, you'll get a flavor of how to personalize it to you. Also, another thing that this allows you to do is set goals for savings, and this has been a bit of a game changer for me because I was realizing that saving should be done for a purpose. There is a hidden cost to saving money, and that is inflation. And that leads me on to the point where if you leave money in the banks as cash and other areas to just accumulate, it may look pretty, but it isn't helping you. Money is a resource and can only work for you when you put it to work. Now, entering my 30s, I've realized that every pound that I hold on to has a purpose, and it's part of my emergency fund, spreading the cost of a holiday or building towards the cost of an investment. And the final thing I do want to point out there is that having money as liquid cash in your bank is important, as well as having goals attached to them. Say for instance, having that 3 to 6 month emergency fund that covers your expenses is really important now, more so than ever with the corona uncertainty. And once that's done, start learning about investing and supercharge your money into little soldiers called capital that can work for you. Right, the next thing I want to talk about is investing. Yes, you can get rich quick, but it comes with significant risk or pure dumb luck. Not gonna lie, luck you cannot control, but really there is no need to take that significant risk either. Your life, hopefully, I'd say, is long, and you can minimize your risk by aligning that to that time horizon. So take the time to collate all your retirement accounts and bring them together. Now there are a multitude of platforms that can actually help you do this quite easily. Likewise, don't leave money on the table. So we leave so much. The main areas we often leave money on the table is with, for example, pensions. I have to say there is a huge pension problem in most industrialized nations, and there are nice government incentives as well to save for your pension, so why not take advantage of them? Often employers will match your contributions to a set level. You should always try to take that if it's offered. I mean, where else can you be guaranteed to double your money? Also, entering my 30s, I realized that you have to get savvier and smarter. We're actually quite blessed with this YouTube community where there are so many videos and creators talking about, say, all the platforms like Robinhood, 212, Stash, Nutmeg, Wealthify, and so on and so on and so on, right? There is a product for every experience and knowledge levels. What I do want to say is take it slow and simple and be consistent. Once you do dip your toe in the sea, you will be surprised how quickly you start accumulating investment knowledge. And the final thing I'll talk about is every day I'm hustling. I'm not going to do the song this time around, but remember, the rich have multiple streams of income. The rich hustle, the rich build portfolios of investments that provide returns, and the rich wear multiple hats and have multiple businesses. So to get there is a journey. We build those streams of income as we build our income, and having all your income coming from your primary source of income, say a paid salary for example, is risky and also sometimes limited. All generations in the past had the opportunity to hustle and work to build income in other areas, so why shouldn't we? To add on top of that, we have it really good, guys. We have the power of information through the web to learn new skills and create businesses at the tip of our fingertips. At the tip of our fingertips. At the tip of our fingers. I think, what's the saying? At the tip of our fingers is what I meant. I started my first restaurant selling tickets online for a sub club, which led me to then buy a restaurant and then selling it earlier on this year. And then we also bought a flat and used the internet to find potential lodgers. We did bookkeeping online, we used cashback sites, and now we scour the internet learning and hearing from other investors. This channel, which I started as a creative outlet, is now paying me a bob or two as well. On the back of that, a great book to read is one by Gary Vee called Crush It and $100 Startup by Chris Gillibo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll link it down if I can. I will guarantee that it will create that mindset shift that you might need to kind of get kick-started, if you like. So there you have it, slightly different video to my usual, but you wanted a chat, so here you go. Also, here, I can't quite get this right at the moment, is a playlist which covers some of these topics in a little bit more detail. So click there if you want a little bit more goss, but until next time, I'm out, guys. Bye.